I suppose it is a bit of a rom-com, but it's more of a community coming together type movie. It's always got a lot of huge actors in it, or actresses. But for me, this is just, I thought if I'm gonna have a Blu-ray collection, this is one that needs to be in it. Steel Magnolias. So number 2 is a movie called Boyhood. This is like a special edition look. Comes in a fancy box. I've just had to edit it a bit because my stomach was making noises. But Boyhood is a movie that I watched years ago. Well, I'd say it came out in around 2013, maybe 2014, and it has memories attached to it. For me, there's a boutique cinema near me in Leeds called Everyman. It's basically like a fancy pizzeria that has a cinema attached. So you order your pizza and go and watch a movie, and all of the seats are like sofas with cushions or armchairs, and they bring the pizza to you when it's ready. And you get offered to have like a bottle of wine or whatever. So it's right up my alley. I went to see this at that cinema with one of my best friends years ago, and it's a very good movie. It's quite a special movie as well. This is the Blu-ray. And I've not watched the Blu-ray yet. Oh, that's cool. He's got like a reversible sleeve look that you could swap it around with, but I like the green grass look. But anyway, like I say, it's quite a special movie. I've seen it. I think there will be something in here to help me explain it a bit better, but let me look at this first. it's filmed over the course of about 10 years. So the director, I think it's Richard Linklater. Yeah, it is. He filmed them and then basically just kept coming back every couple of years and then bringing all of the actors together and filming again, like the next couple of scenes. So you literally see, well, all of the actors grow, but particularly the kid actors, you see them grow up. There you go. You've got the main guy here, look, you can see him as a boy. Ethan, I think the character is Ethan. I might be totally wrong actually. And then there you can see him when he's, I think he's like 20-ish when it ends. That's a good poster. It's got Ethan Hawke, as you might have seen on the poster. There you go. Ethan Hawke. He's the dad. I'm assuming, I've not actually seen it since I saw it in the cinema, but I think he's the dad. There you go. So Ella Coltrane is Mason, that's the boy. Patricia Arquette is his mum Olivia. Ethan Hawke is Mason Senior, so he's his dad. And then Lorelei Linklater is Samantha. That's the director's daughter. And I remember reading that as they grew up and she was in her teens, she didn't want to do it anymore. Whereas you think he might have felt the same, but when it's your dad making the movie, you'd be like, Dad, I don't want to do this. Whereas I think he'd have felt more, but anyway, more compelled. But anyway, she was returning in the film. Sorry, I got very hot. I've got shorts on. There's the kid as an adult. There's mother, Patricia Arquette. I'm looking forward to watching this again. There's the kid as a kid. And I'll see if I can find the girl. There you go. That's Patricia Arquette, looking really young, and I'm assuming that's Richard Linklater, the director. And that's the guy that plays Mason and his sister, so that's his daughter, Samantha. So that's Boyhood. I would definitely recommend that if anyone's not seen it. Another genre of movies I enjoy is coming of age movies. It's like I'm stuck in the past, but no, I think it's like a universally appreciated genre. Anyway, it's a genre of movies itself, isn't it? Coming of age. The next one is much more modern than those two. Superman. Superman. burning. So I was like, is that why the dog's gruffing over there? Is something happening? Is there a fire? And then I'm like, oh my god, am I having a stroke? And then I realised, it's this. For some reason it smells of smoke. I wonder if it's the tin or the print. If anyone has got steel books, is that a normal thing? Can you smell it as well, Ted? So yeah, Superman, this is the movie from this year with the new Superman, David Corenswet, the replacement to Henry Cavill. Wrong way around here. To preface this, I was a huge Henry Cavill Man of Steel fan. I loved that movie, and then the movies after it were good, but I loved Man of Steel. However, I also, even though I was gutted when they announced that Henry Cavill was being replaced, I'm also fully on board for the new generation now, and this, to me, is incredible. It's, I feel like I'm talking about something that could upset people because there's such a strong divide between people who like the old one, the Henry Cavill movies. I'm a Brit, of course I like Henry Cavill, but that era is now over, so I'm on board for the new one, and I think this is a very good direction to go in. Do really appreciate the colourful comic book type vibe, and I think David Corenswet is, in my opinion, the best Superman I've seen on live action, which might sound like, ridiculous, but I think he's absolutely spot. He looks literally like the comic. I've never seen anyone look so much like Superman, but then he's also got like his goofiness down to a T, whereas Henry Cavill was quite serious. I'm not going to say too serious because that fit the tone of that version, whereas for me this new version is a great sort of breath of fresh air. This is actually glow in the dark apparently, but I've not seen that yet. Not the movie, the cover. Now another 4K, but this is actually one that I've not seen yet. So this is like a blind buy, as they call it. The substance is with Demi Moore and is it Elizabeth Qualley or Margaret Qualley? Margaret Qualley. That's Andy McDowell's daughter, I know that. And I don't really fully know the story, but I've been told it's great. This might be the one that I'll watch tonight, if it's not too late. I think it's an award winner, this one. 5 Academy Award nominations and 5 BAFTA Award nominations. the only sort of things I know about it is that Demi Moore is like an aging beauty, and then Margaret Qualley is like the beauty that's in her prime. And I think there's like, well, I don't know, but I don't know if it's the same character. I don't know if she becomes that character. Because, in fact, let me look. You can sort of see it here. There's like what looks like some sort of potion. So I'm thinking, does she take that potion and become that character? I don't know. With movie releases, you get these picture cards, which I think are quite cool. So that's Margaret Qualley. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. Again, that's Margaret Qualley, and that is Demi Moore. So that's sort of backing up my theory that potentially she is her. Like, is she just at home and that's what she looked like before? I don't know. I might be way off. Okay, that's ominous. This is obviously the cover of the Blu-Ray, but I've not seen it with this guy before, or girl. Very Call on Me vibes. Remember, you are one. Are one what? What are you saying? So that's the substance. Been too long on the next few. I'll try not to anyway. I can't shut up. Transformers. See, I love a good blockbuster. This is the 5-movie collection, so it's not got the new one. And it's not got Bumblebee either, so it's a bit of a rip-off, to be fair. Now, I do love this series. The first Transformers movie I had on DVD back in the day, and it's one of those movies I don't know, I appreciate the comedy. I know it goes a bit too far, and I know it gets more and more this is a foreign film, a German film, and it's very good. Here's a story set in the 1940s and 50s about Hans. This is Hans. This guy, Hans, and I think he's called Victor. This is Victor. And it's 99.9% of it is set in prison just after the war ends. And basically, Hans is in prison for being gay when it was illegal in Germany. They keep referring to the law that was, I think it's paragraph 175, and he initially gets put into a cell with Victor, who is a straight man that is sort of horrified at having to share a cell with a gay man, and he kicks off, and I think he like beats him up. Basically, Hans comes and goes throughout the years because I think if you were known to be gay, they would then sort of keep an eye on you, and if ever they found evidence that you were still sort of up to your dirty deeds, you'd get put down again, sent down again, not put down. As he's back in and out of prison, he sort of sees, or his relationship with Victor, his friendship with Victor grows, but it's not your normal kind of friendship. It's very sort of cold, but also warm at the same time, and that's what makes it a very good movie. The complexity behind their friendship. What becomes a friendship anyway? Because like I said at the beginning, they're definitely not friends. Another movie release, so it has the art cards, and that's Hans. Hans Victor. Like I said, it's set over it actually must be a couple of decades, because this scene, they're watching the moon landing. There are other characters, obviously, that are important to the story. Oops. Like this one. He's not very important to the story, to be fair, but I was a bit confused about what he was there for, but I think I'm looking forward to rewatching this because there's a lot of layers